Hello, this is my final exam in arts appreciation. What I have learned in arts appreciation. I have learned and gathered my ideas in different art culture and different region. I learned that the creation and appreciation of art involves certain elements and principles. But art includes many other forms of expression. Art can be music, drama, and writing. One modern definition is something that is created with imagination and skill, and that is beautiful. We found that there is no simple definition to define art. Art is an artistic example or explains or imagine art forms in a creative way. Frequently, art is defined by its origin in human mind. Imagination plays a key role in making a piece of art. I realized that art is so important in our daily life. Art is about helping people express themselves or thoughts. Thank you.
In this subject, I have learned that with the art that we are surrounded by, whether it's a painting, music, or even videos, can have a huge impact on our mood and emotions. All kinds of art can affect our mood in a positive way, making us making us happier, calmer, or even inspire us to do something.
I see of art. When we make art, we make decision how to interpret what we are saying. We use the logic and reason to attribute. And another, I learn I can utilize the art to express for me to express yourself, your community, and your relation to others and with the earth by conveying your sentiments, feeling, ideas, and more thought. You're choosing art.
Why nature is not art? We are inseparable from nature. Our bodies, lives, and minds depends on the air we breathe and the food we eat. The earth sustains our very life force. Without the earth, without nature, what would we be? Art is the composed of patterns and aesthetics. Furthermore, art is not nature because art is not universal. Art is not nature because in many ways art is not natural. It's an artificial construct created by man. Art nature, then everything is nature. So it kind of makes the word nature redundant. If nature is life and then humans are alive and make art, then art is nature. Artwork based on nature can take many forms and serve many purposes. Because nature is such an immense topic that encompasses so many things, art can mimic nature by seeking to visually replicate objects as they actually appear in real life. Other than the creativity and imagination, capabilities of an individual in order for you to actually maximize your talent and skill and with the thought of sharing it with others. Experience is important. Art as art as experience implies that the creation of art must be something of personal and knowledgeable value with the art that we are surrounded by. Whether it's art, painting, music, or even videos, can have a huge impact on our mood and emotions. All kinds of art can affect our mood in a positive way, making feel happier, calmer, or even inspired to do something. Beauty, inspiration, pleasure, a sense of community, or a story are all varying factors that reflect human experience. Through art, every you go, art is revealed.
Hi, good morning. My name is John Marie Lamsen. For me, art is an artist's creative interpretation or imagination upon art composition. Art expresses the feelings of the artist that can be interpreted by us in our own ways. I found there is no definition to define art. I don't quite understand it all totally, but I have gained a great appreciation for the labor that goes into creating a piece of art. Art has the ability to transport us to a different time and place. It allows us to gain historical perspective and understanding. Art allows us to appreciate different periods in history and their impact and significance in our world. Art is one that gives life to our world and it becomes beautiful. It conveys us it conveys a person's emotion and feeling through art. I also learned that art can bring peace to people because it brings out a person's true feelings. That's all.
I've learned that art is not just about drawings, paintings, sculptures, and music, but art is anything that created with imaginations to express your thoughts and feelings. You can call it as an art. I've also learned that art is not nature because when we say nature or natural, something is created or happened without the human act. And art is something came from human or people imaginations, feelings or thoughts to create something. That's why art is not nature.
Hi, I'm Teddy Bascos II. I've learned from this subject arts and appreciation is about the difference between artists and artisans. An artist, on the other hand, may paint, sculpt, write, sing, dance, or perform original works that require study, sensitivity, and often very fine detail. This attention and dedication to the art brings out the beauty of the performance or work in questions, while artisan is someone who may work at craft such as making a chair from a tree stump. They may be clever, a good mechanic, or skillful at making something pleasing to look at but not necessarily original in design.
This class helped me to realize that there's a lot of elements of an arts that go into a drawing. The most important thing that they are. Elements like line, form, value, and space. You could just draw without any knowledge of this element at all. But not everyone was guaranteed to be drawn has a good knowledge and basic tools that allow you to draw something great. All my life, I have a great appreciation for an arts and know about the importance of it. I know that arts allow us to communicate across time and space. And arts could be used as a vehicle that for important message, and I know that it was an extension of human ingenuity and a remember of a beautiful things in this world. But I never got an arts until I took this class. Only then I was able to see a skills and technique that goes into every single drawing.
What are the difference between an artist and artisan? First, artist. An artist is a person engaged in activity relative to creative art, practicing the art, or demonstrating an art. Artists keep making and transform meaning. It is what they do. Their relationship to place in additional to inhabiting it, it to see it and listen to it. Some example of artists are printer, photographer, sculptor, illustrator, printer, and graphic designer. They many product art as a hobby for their personal use or used to work as professional artists. Next, artisan. Artisan is worker in skilled trade, especially one that involve making things by hand.
Example of artisan. The definition of an artisan is a skilled worker of craftsman. Who is an artisan? An artisan is a skilled worker who make things by hand.
Art appreciation is extremely relevant for multiple reasons. It is a good way to understand the history behind the work and the period from which the piece originated. Artists often reflect the problems that they face and the issues of the society in their work. By analyzing and putting ourselves in the mind of the artist, we can better study how different society functioned then. Compared to now, we can empathize and relate to the problems they face on a personal level. Art is meant to stimulate thought and conversation between its viewers. By reflecting on a piece of art, we delve into our own experiences and nostalgia. Thus, a piece of art means something different to every person that comes across it. Art appreciation helps open up the mindset of the people by listening to different perspectives and views as well as interpretation of the art. It encourages thoughtful conversation and the understanding that there is more than one approach to everything. Art interprets the experience of being human. They offer a lens by which we can view the world. The ones that are remembered are usually those who colored our lives with a shade we had quite seen before or even imagined could exist.
Why is art ageless and timeless? Art is not ageless and timeless in my own perspective, since it is dated by the era produced and the material used. Subject change and request from the public changed. As they progress, fabric adapted and artists play with fresh and diverse options. Due to the available materials in the public fancy, color palettes change and switch again. Art is also motivated by the thirst of the people to be beautiful and modern. Beautiful artworks, when they are considered antique and dated, have been and continue to be discarded. Why is art not nature? Art is not nature, and for certain reason, humans are not nature by mutual consent. It's multifaceted, so things are amazing to us, other are bad. It is neither good nor evil. Even though, one way or another, we can experience the consequences of nature. Without humanity, nature exists, but art exists only because we humans make it so.